classes allows supercharging of Ford Flathead engines. This is Wayne Likenwalter's 15th year at Bonneville. He set several records in his 1939 Ford blown vintage sedan, including a 134.9 mile-an-hour mark in 1998. This year, Wayne qualified at over 136 miles an hour before blowing a head gasket on his return run record attempt. Also running in the vintage blown gas class is Mike Hagerty's 1934 DeSoto Airflow Coupe, powered by a 1940 268 cubic inch Ford V8.
We've been racing this car since 1989. This is the second motor we've had in it. Had a straight 8 Chrysler in it for a number of years and set a record with that, 2 records with that motor. You're running a vintage engine. Parts are hard to find. They're old, expensive. You're afraid to break things. You know, that's the biggest part of it. You know, late model engine, you take it out and run it all day long. If you break it, you buy another one. These, if you break it, you're in trouble. You have to really baby your parts.
While attempting to qualify on a 134.6 mile-an-hour record, Mike suffers a small setback.
Oh, we're a little fat. We're trying to tune for the top end, and we just didn't get off the line right. Go try again.
Tuning difficulties plague many teams here, but Mike subscribes to the old Bonneville adage, which is, if first you don't succeed, then fix your problem and get back in line and try again. Mike reaches a top speed of 132 miles an hour before breaking a connecting rod, ending this year's record run campaign. Keith Young drives Gary Banta's 1939 Chevy in the vintage gas coupe class and in the vintage altered class, powered by the same 6-cylinder bored-out GM engine taken from a Korean War-era Army truck.
It's a 320 cubic inch GMC, and it's fuel-injected, Enderley injectors. It's got a Howard 12-port head on it, and went 150 yesterday on a 145 record. Trying to bump that up a little bit, we hope today.
Gary and Keith set a new vintage gas coupe record of 150.735 miles an hour before removing headlights and blocking off the grille. These simple mods will allow them to run for a record in the vintage gas altered class.
Well, it's pretty neat. This thing is exactly like the car I had in high school, and I've did some pretty high speeds in that one. And yesterday, this is just like driving down a freeway. This is a total street rod. You know, we drive it on the street. So to attain 150, we're pretty proud of it, you know. You can check the rearview mirror and check all your gauges and look out the window. It's a real nice ride.
The fun never stops for Keith. He drives his old Street 6 Chevy like his prom date at just Mr. Curfew, setting a new XXO vintage gas altered record of 155.920 miles per hour. Speed Week. Ford introduced Flathead V8 engines in their production cars in 1932, and these durable power plants have been the favorite of performance-minded hot rodders and land speed racers ever since. Bob Lubinsky runs his 315 horsepower 1931 Ford Roadster on gas with a blown 1953 Mercury engine. 905 is the new blown gas modified Roadster record. There are many vintage cars out here setting class records at speeds slower than the average German Autobahn commuter or Los Angeles freeway police pursuit. Arden, Beal, and Roy Engel hope to beat their current mark in the vintage fuel-altered class.
It's a 1941 Nash 600 coupe. Runs here just to loosen it up and break it in.
Arden's healthy new pistons and a smooth track helped propel his 1941 Nash coupe to a new 118.783 mile-an-hour record. Also running a flathead is Bonneville rookie Gene Hand, who's after a 129 mile-an-hour mark in his 1948 Hudson.
Our class requires a 1948 or older car. And Hudson changed their body style after World War II, a year before Ford and General Motors. This thing's a foot shorter than a 1948 Ford, and it has a unit body construction. It's actually fairly light. It looks like a big tub, but once you get past the front end, it's pretty slippery. And if you'll recall, they did very well in stock car racing in the early 50s with Marshall Tig and Smokey Yunick. So we took that body, and it's powered by a 1950 Mercury V8 flathead engine. The heads are a one-off design. Barney Navarro loaned us the patterns for his aluminum heads, and these are made out of cast iron. And they have special coatings to hold the heat in the combustion chamber, our own design. And the carburation was loaned to us by Tony Barron, the special Hogan Barron manifold running a Ollie 600 CFM carburetor. It works really very well. We have a Jericho racing transmission in it, special rear axle, and handles real easy, no surprises. It's not that fast a car, and just, we're watching the RPMs and the oil temperature, oil pressure. And when we get things sorted out, we should run in the middle 140s. So far, we're new at this. This is our first year down here. So I'm trying to keep it right side up.
Gene will not get close to beating the existing record this year. He only goes 117.6 miles an hour due to a problem with his camshaft, causing the engine to fire on only 5 cylinders. Sometimes after a long week of land speed